we invite you to receive as serves your best and highest good, to take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you. Greetings, dear ones. It is with great joy that we join you in this space, in this now moment. We come to you with a reminder of the importance of presence. We wish to share that so many of humanity are choosing to walk their lives as if they are already dead, to walk their lives half asleep. Dear ones, we wish to shine a light, the light of God, in your framework of understanding. We wish to shine the light on those places and spaces, on those activities that are creating the field of the numb, the field of disconnect, those spaces of forgetting. Dear ones, you have been told that there is a veil of forgetting all around the planet where you currently reside in this consciousness. Dear ones, that veil is a frequency, nothing more, nothing less. For in fact, all is energy, all is some form of frequency. But every frequency at its core is a thought, a belief, an intention. Before it becomes a frequency, before it becomes a certain density of light molecules dancing together, quickly or slowly, through a single band as a focus of direction, or a manifestation in physical form. Every frequency is light that was once only a thought that originates with presence. This we share. We offer as a breakdown, step by step, of understanding, so that you can begin to remember and recognize the power of your presence. And the power of your presence distracted, distorted, formed into some kind of manipulated thought, feeling, or intention, when you may not even know that is what is occurring. So, dear ones, we share with you an awareness that you get to choose. You get to choose the shows you watch, the music you listen to, the social medias and spaces on the internet that you consume. For indeed, that is what happens. Where you place your focus, you are creating more of that thing. You are feeding that thing. Do you see? This applies to the thoughts in the mind as well. The thoughts of, I'm not good enough, or worthy enough, or pretty enough, young enough, old enough, etc. Those thoughts, you are feeding them. You are creating in reality. Now, we share this not as a judgment, but as an awareness that you have way more power than you realize, and that you have so many places in your daily lives where this power is siphoned, little bits and pieces of it, over and over and over. And so you question why you feel exhausted. You wonder why you feel confused or unsure of which way to go. Well, dear ones, if you were sitting in a forest with no electronics and no other people, and simply being present with the trees and the birds and the wind and the soil beneath you, simply being present and opening to the whispers and the voices and the energy of being alive, much more clarity and life force would flow through you. Unfortunately, this is not how the majority of humanity lives their daily lives, nor is it expected that that is how you should be. We are simply offering a perspective, a contrast to help you understand why this place of disconnect is so prevalent in society. And we are not only speaking of those industrialized or westernized societies, we are speaking of the collective consciousness of humanity. There is a disease of disconnect from the truth of who you are and from what truly nourishes you. Dear ones, nourishment does not come from chasing some material thing that someone somewhere told you would make you happy. Nourishment, fulfillment, purpose. These are energies that come from within, that come in a space of shared connection and exponentiality when you are getting to be creative, hoping, wishing, dreaming, collaborating at the physical level and the energetic levels, in the space of creating something new. Dear ones, humanity comes from creation. Humanity comes from the angelic, the angels that create worlds, the angels that help to create galaxies and nebulas and stars, the angels that help to create every plant, every animal, every droplet of water and particle of soil. Everything that is made manifest in the physical comes first as a thought, as a hope, a dreaming into being. And because you come from that place, you are sparks of creative potential. Your true nature is to create. Your true nature is to love all of life. The original intention of human beings enjoying an experience of incarnation in the physical with Gaia Sophia, or planet Earth, as you may call her. The original intention was for you to come to a physical world where you could explore, expand, and evolve your spiritual nature, where you could create a massive bridge, a bridging of dimensionality, of frequency, of light made into form, and form understanding the movement of light and how to create in a manifested space that is very different from simply thinking a thought and then it is so. Do you see how at the level of the angelic consciousness, the level of pure light and sound and frequency, coming into a physical body with seeming limitations, with different rules of creating something. Do you see how that could be fun or enjoyable to the soul? That is what this place is meant to be. The Garden of Eden kind of energy. The idea of a physical utopia. That was the original intention. The earth was meant to be a playground to learn, grow, and evolve as you learn what it is to create in the physical, to sense and feel and experience through the physical senses, and bridge that with your spiritual all and oneness. The original intention was never for you to feel separate or so individualized that you lose your connection to your true divinity. Dear ones, God is not outside of you. Creation is not outside of you. Heaven is not outside of you. Some nebulous realm that you must reach through actions of righteousness and cleansing of sin. This is a distortion of the original intention of this world. And yet it is so, because you intended it. You, as an angelic being, as a part of creation, wanted to know what it would be like to create from a space of seeming separation, from a space of seeming individualized consciousness. You were curious. You thought perhaps the soul would evolve quicker, faster, in a space of learning through more pressure, learning through spaces of love and pain. And so, dear ones, the experiment has played out. And you are at a point now in the evolution of the consciousness of humanity where the imbalance of this repetitive cycle of constant learning and growing, through repeating the same cycles and loops and patterns, now has the cracks enough to fall apart. Enough of you saying, we are done with this system. We do not require constant pain, strife, and suffering to evolve. We do not require the seeming separateness from our own divine power, from the energy of love that is our truth, from the energy of love that is the breath of this entire universe. We no longer require to stay in this place of evolving. We can choose now to step out of it. We can choose now to remember who we really are and create a new kind of world. We can choose to learn and grow through pleasure and joy and connection and unity. For that, in fact, is our true nature. We are at a choice point as a humanity. And we have been here before. And it is imperative now that we pay attention. For the original program is there. But the thousands and thousands of years that have passed in a space of distortion and distraction have made it even more difficult to remember that original frequency. And we are being shown through the hardship in our own lives, through the poison that spreads through our societies. We are being shown that it is no longer sustainable, and that we must choose another way, or we shall not continue. A new path will be created, with or without us. And we are at the choice point now, to keep forgetting, to keep repeating the same patterns, or to remember who we are and choose to create in a new way, in a way that is more true, that is anchored to the authentic light of love that is within every living being. Whether they remember it, recognize it, or realize it, it is there. It is always there. It has always been there. The lie, the false reality appearing real, is that divine love within you is outside of you, and that you must somehow chase it or earn it or take it. This constant program of seeking power and control and energy outside of self is the distortion that happened at the very beginning of the experiment. And we are here reminding you, you always have a choice. Dear ones, we have shared many times that growth occurs in all experiences, that there is value, validity in it all, that everything exists in relation to everything else, and it is a beautiful expression. But as we place our focus on the earth and the evolution of mankind, humankind, we wish you to know that all the beliefs, all the things you think are real, the pillars that you have built your societies upon, the foundations, they're cracking, they're falling apart, and it must be so. We promise you, beloveds, you are so much more powerful than you realize. And we are here holding the space, shining the light, helping you to remember, but we cannot do it from outside of the experience. It must come from within your own hearts and within your own choices. And so we are here, offering this message, sharing with urgency the truth that you are love, you are loved, and you are master creators of your lives. Claim your power. Join with others of resonance, of brilliant heart fire, and start to be the helper, to create the service, to build the communities that you desire. You are only trapped in the cage of your own perception. Thank you for receiving this and for allowing us to share in this space. We are so grateful. And please know that as you evolve, all of creation evolves. We are here, cheering you on, walking beside you. Not only because we love humanity and we want to see the love return to the places where it has been forgotten, but because, dear ones, you are us. We are you. There is no separation. We are one in truth. And so we offer you our love. No matter what you choose, this love is unshakable, unchangeable, and infinite. This love is here. As we allow this message to land, we invite you to breathe it in, to let yourself be nourished in your heart of hearts. For that is our greatest intention, to bring nourishment to the places that feel starved for truth and love.